Boy, did we have an adventure. Went up to the mountains where we usually go this weekend. Left Thursday evening, went to Spartanburg, stopped and had us a good little dinner at Outback. Met some friends there. When we get ready to leave, I start to pull out the parking lot and my battery light comes on. I'm like, what the hell is going on now? What is this? So I got a smart shunt, Victron smart shunt, that I can monitor my start battery and my house battery. So I open it up and I'm showing like 11.9 on my voltage. So alternator was not charging. Anyway, slightly panicked. So we get in, we head from Spartanburg to the Columbus exit in North Carolina. We jump off right there, barely limping it. I think it got down to about 11.2. So I started looking around for solutions because I didn't bring my damn jump pack, which really wouldn't help because them smart jump packs will not allow you to hook to and leave on to automatically shut off. I got this little giddy up off of eBay from a Ryobi. And yeah, I know, 18 volts. It's a little conflict of interest with the 12 volt system that, 13 and a half, almost 14 it charges at. It did okay. It gave us a little boost from, say, Columbus up into Lake Lure, where the Ingalls is. We'd have to shove a battery in there, give it a few minutes because wire got really hot, and take it out, put it in. Anyway, I had 3 ideas this whole trip. My other one is I got a little jackery, probably it's a 150 watt little jack. We call it baby jack. Anyway, I got this plugged. It's apart right now, and I'm gonna tell you why here in a minute, because the fuse blown. Got this plug, it's got these little jumper cables on them. So at the Ingalls, I stopped there for about, 3 minutes. Hooked that up, ran it through the window right here, over the top. Just click the hood down 1 click, it won't pop back up, hopefully. Threw this through the window, plugged it in a little jack. Well, it started pumping out some watts. I was like, okay, that's good, that'll help. So now we got to get from there up into Girton. And you got to go through Chimney Rock, Bat Cave All, where all that disaster stuff happened during Helene. And it's still a mess, but there's a few lights you got to sit at and wait. So anyway, I get that hooked up. It's working good. It's holding the battery voltage. Okay. So we head on up. We probably get, a mile down the road. 2 cops come blasting up behind me. It's like, what the hell's going on? I'm in these sharp curves. I get a pull-off spot to pull off, and they go flying by me. Well, we come around a damn corner, and I'll show you on a little video. Not good. Damn wreck. There's a truck pulling a Mini X that dumped it off the trailer in the corner. Truck sideways on the bank. Trailer's completely across the road. Mini X is up on its roof, on its side. It messed it up. Not good. So I'm like, you got to be kidding me. I'm limping this thing at night, running lights and everything, trying to limp it up to where we were going. So we were like, I walk up there, find out what's going on, and it's bad. And it's just happened too. So I'm thinking that when we pulled over that Ingalls and did what we had to do and killed that 3 to 5 minutes, that could have been damn disaster for us if we'd have been coming around that corner when he rolled that thing coming around his corner, because he was coming the opposite way we were going. So anyway, they said it's gonna take an hour. So I'm like, all right, what do I do? My third option is I got an EcoFlow power bank, one of those 100 watt hours, and I keep a charger, lithium ion, phosphate battery charger on the van with us in case I got somewhere to plug in to charge up. So I'm like, all right, we're just gonna pull off the road right here where the accident's happening, and I'll plug it up and put the charge on it. I think I'll pump out like 50 amps. So we shut it off, we hook it up, and it runs, probably an hour and a half we sat there waiting on this accident to clear up. Clear up. So I had a good enough charge to make it to the house. It worked perfect. I think it was probably another 30, 35 minutes to get where we were going. So we made it. So before we came back, I put the battery on a charge where we were at and let it charge up, top it off. I figured daytime I should be able to make it back with no problem. So we get it going, coming down the road. Oh, skipping all kinds of stuff. Anyway, when I put the EcoFlow on here with the battery charger, I had the little jack hooked up with these little jumper cables. And that must have been a big conflict of interest because that's what blew the fuse on this little thing. And it was working fine. Just rushing, panicking. But anyway. So we get the battery charged, we leave it out. We can make it all the way back to a Clinton exit. And I'll show you the setup here. Let me show you what got us back home. EcoFlow, little short extension cord. Running out the window, right through the hood gap. Didn't shut it all the way. My battery charger that I use when I'm out to charge my lithium batteries, it did it good enough. Anyway, if you're traveling these vans, keep something, because when the alternator goes out, it's not an easy and not a quick fix. This is that little jack set up. It would have worked fine if I hadn't crossed it up with this thing right here and ended up blowing the fuse. This eBay purchase with the Rover battery, I guess it's got its perks somewhere. That's why I bought it, but not really good. Anyway, be safe out there. See y'all on the road. And remember, live advantageous.